The limit is not the point where something ends, but where something new builds its essence. By dividing land, human beings established laws and rules, they imagined their myths and legends, and gave a name to their own territory. Every community is born from a demarcation line, a real or imaginary boundary, built or exceeded, which divides the inside from the outside. The Greek word for the first land appropriation understood as the first partition of the space is nomos. Nomos comes from the verb nemein, which means appropriation, distribution, and production, the primal processes of human history, the three acts of the primal drama. It is a concrete act of differentiation, a cut rather than a harmonic process that establishes law and rules. Nomos, in its original meaning referring to space, is the essence of rights and law. It is a fence that, by dividing, separates the outside from a community with its own rules and creates the conditions for the birth of the positive right. Only inside a nomos, a juridical life is possible.
Soomaaliya 20 sano burbursaneed waa iskaaga noolaa laakiinse hadda Kakuma aniga nabadgeli waa ku heystaa amaan waa heystaa habeenkii intaan seexana shan tarbadooyinkiina waa u jeedaa haddaan noolahay aana dhimanin oo Kakuma ku noolahay eedaha deeqa bixiyaan dadka qaataan sida hadda dad la qaadano maayna boorka lagu soo dejino ayo ma soo dejis falay soo deji lama dhahayo anigana rajaanka leh habeenkiina waa ku seexdaa subaxdiina waa ku soo kacaa UNHCR waxa haddeertaan meeshan waxa oo noo qabataa abnigeena nabadgelyadeenna ayada hayso ilaahay ka sokooy dawladda Kenya aan hoos joognaa caafimaadka waxa oo hoos tago iyada wixii walba iyada agtagaan ma hino marka beesha caalamka wixii oo maanta hay'adaha deeqaha bixiyo isku soo baheystay UNHCR la miiraahdo fikirkayga aniga meeshan horta ilaahay ka sokooy aan u joognaa hay'adan u joognaa Soomaa haddii hay'adda ayna tiraahdo intaad ku noolaanaysiin diyaaraan u nahay haddii deeq waxbarashaa gabdhahaaga ama wiilashaada ku helan dibadda laga qaadaa la yiraahdo wax walba diyaaraan u nahay hay-adaha xaggooda iga imaan beesha caalamka
The refugee come are people as a prisoner. People who are kept in one place. They are prisoners. People are just staying in pens. They depend just what will come. Just only to save themselves just in a small place. I spent here, now it's going to 21 years. Ever since 1992, I'm here. Actually, there is corruption. No any fixed government, no laws. Somebody just act as animal. Somebody may kill other person without reason, and no anybody will ask who is doing that. What is your mistake and what have you done? You just die as animals. You can just stay like that. We don't know what to do. We just say even something to get soap. One is not brought by UN, you will just stay with the dirty.
I have been here for now about 13 years in Kakuma. It feels like a prison to us, but we accept it. Why? We don't have any other means. Nobody listens to you when you don't have identity. I'm Somali, but my identity will never be working. It don't function for me. I don't think that I can be going back to my country. For that reason, I find Kakuma as a place where I can just run my life in a better manner. Yes, I can go anywhere in the camp. I just go wherever I want. I'm free now. I can go to Kakuma 2, Kakuma 1, any place in Kakuma. But beyond Kakuma, then I cannot go without permission from UNHCR, because it's UNHCR that provides all the provisions that we have here: housing, water, the environment we are living, and all this. Because without UNHCR, then we could not have been here. UNHCR is our government now. Our identity is with UNHCR, and that's why we are called refugees, because, yeah, that's it.
Life that cannot be sacrificed and yet may be killed is sacred life. The sovereign sphere is the sphere in which it is permitted to kill without committing homicide and without celebrating a sacrifice. And sacred life is a life that has been captured in this sphere. What defines the status of Homo Sacer is the particular character of the exclusion into which he is taken and the violence to which he finds himself exposed.
Nomos is the immediate form in which the social and political order of a community is spatially visible. The old Nomos of the city and the nation-state begins its final crisis. What triumphs now is the model of the camp that bans and captures at the same time the life that inhabits it. The essence of the camp consists in the materialization of the state of exceptions and in the creation of a space where law, rights, and customs have become indistinguishable. What is excluded in the camp is included by its same exclusion, but what is caught in the order is that same state of exception. The Homo Sacer, once upon a time banned from the community and exiled in no man's land, is now caught in the space of the camp, excluded from the community, but included in its order and exposed to its violence. The camp then becomes a city without citizens or public spaces, and the city becomes a camp, a space of simulation in which any rule can be made. The camp is the new biopolitical nomos of the planet, where a radically totalitarian society takes shape.
People who live here are, let me call them hustlers. They are people who do business, a small business, or do small contracts. I just do this small business. I sell mawoka here and cigarettes, sometimes juice and coffee in the evening. There's no difference with anyone who's living in a refugee camp. Let me say internally displaced people, because to get basic needs and people are struggling. We don't have water, and toilet, we must pay for it. To go to the toilet, you must pay 5 shillings. There are a lot of raping, stealing, others are using guns. So the slum, it has a lot of evil. The way we live, no one is following the laws. Every day, night, people are fighting, and there is no order. The way you socialize with the community and the way you live with people is the way you will be respected.
Dubai.
Kibera is a slums area in Nairobi, whereby marginalized people stay. It's a place where many people are living under $50 a day. And most people are here, most of them are thieves. Young people in most cases, they don't have anything to do, they're idle. And to get their food, they beg from people, or they strangle people to get their money. People are coming to Kibera because they're cheap. So many people are dying in Kibera due to that lack of money. They are being paid small money, they're making homosexuals, they're making sex. Not that you lie with him, you're just making because of money given to you. From there, as a reward, you can get pregnancy or you can get disease. Out of 10, about 6, you can find that people are HIV people. Most of the people who are staying in Kibera, they're not taken as human beings, they're just animals. They live like animals. They put their waste anywhere they like during night time. There's no police. And when there is any fire breakout, it's not easy even to get the fire people, fire extinguishers to come and help. Due to the road, no roads, no access. When you see a rich person, you fear him like God. He can kill you. He cannot be taken to court because the man will speak for you. A big man eats the small man. It's a jungle rule. Kibera slums is where you can say that no man lives there in this world, but there are people. The real sense people are living in Kibera. But as far as the people who are living in Kenya, they take the imaginary as people in Kibera like people who are not living. Just animals who are staying in Kibera. As you can find, most of you people who come from outside, where they can go and visit and talk to people is Kibera. They find people practically seeing what they are doing. We live in films, in fact, not in a real life, where human beings should live. I dream one day I might stand on my own feet, that I will not be begging from people to make up my life. And by that I try to educate my grandchildren and my children that one day they can make up from their own ways and support their families.
The sacred man is the one whom the people have judged on account of a crime. It is not permitted to sacrifice this man, yet he who kills him will not be condemned for homicide.
Kihingo village is Kenya's latest and most modern gated community in Kenya. It is located in the Kitisuru area of Nairobi. Allow me to explain what the name Kihingo means. Kihingo is a gate, an enclosure, or a fortified homestead. One of the primary benefits of living in a gated community is actually in its security element. If you will notice at Kihingo, there are no walls or fences separating one house from the other. There's only one wall, the perimeter wall, and the whole village is secured round the clock, meaning that security is tops at all the time. In the middle of this complex, you find a common hub for all the residents. It's called Bustani Club. And this is where most of the services and facilities are managed from. The fact that it is common to everybody ensures that the people who live in the gated community come together and get to know each other well. You know, better than when you are in standard neighborhoods where you never even get to know who your neighbors are. So having such a facility ensures that your children can easily be able to come together and interact with children from other homes. If you look around, you'll see that the speed limit inside the village is 20 kilometers per hour. The sort of people who live in Kihingo are normally professionals and their families. They do not have to worry about the security. They do not have to worry about their privacy. Because again, being a gated community means that access at the main gate is also limited. At Kihingo village, we do not just sell houses. we sell a complete living experience. This is a place where you can live, work, and play. It is a place that offers unlimited freedom while still maintaining very serious security and sensitivity to the environment. These are actually dream homes. It's not something you find everywhere else. This is a place where people have been dreaming about, but Kihingo developments have been able to bring it into fruition. It means once somebody comes here, they never want to go anywhere else. This is actually the home they've been looking for all their lives. So this actually makes people feel valued and a part of a community, and they feel they belong to somewhere. They're proud to be in Kihingo. They're proud to be a part of Kihingo, and they're happy to live in such a neighborhood.
No simple natural life, but life exposed to death is the regional political element. Sacer esto is not the formula of a religious caste. It is instead the original political formulation of the imposition of the sovereign bond.
One, two, three, one. 1, 2, 3, 1. Turn to your right, salute. Pull out. Move the right, return. Step out together by the front. Quick bite. Left, right. Left, right. Left, right.
My hope for justice has been disappointed. I cannot accept this decision. My fault lies in my obedience, my submission to my task. I accuse those governing of having abused my obedience. At that time, obedience was required. Obedience was elevated to a virtue. On this subject, may I ask you to consider that I obeyed and not whom I obeyed. It is said that I could have refused to obey and that I should have done so. This is a consideration after the fact. Under the circumstances of the moment, this was impossible. It could not have been any different for anyone. Considering myself legally not guilty, I neglected totally to take into account this point of view in this examination. I am not the barbarian I have been made to seem. I am the victim of an argumentation. It is my deep conviction that I am paying for what others have done. I must accept what fate has placed in store for me.